There's a part of you that craves comfort, hitting snooze, overthinking, fearing rejection, shirking responsibility. That version of yourself isn't just slowing you down, it's eroding the person you could become. If you don't confront and dismantle that weaker self, it will quietly consume you day by day. The path to strength isn't about perfection, it's about discipline. And that journey starts with a single, decisive choice: to shed the fragile, comfort-seeking version of yourself and embrace the forge of hardship. First, recognize the weaker self. You know it well. It surfaces every time you hesitate, procrastinate, or justify inaction. It's the voice that tempts you to quit when things get tough, convincing you that you're not ready, that staying the same is safe. This version of you wasn't built overnight. It grew stronger with every choice to avoid challenge, every retreat from discipline. But here's the truth. Your past doesn't dictate your future. Hardship reveals who you are. When life exposes your weaknesses, it's not a punishment. It's showing you where to fight. Name that weaker self, face it, and dismantle it deliberately. Second, prioritize discipline over motivation. Motivation is fleeting. It thrives on novelty and excitement. The weaker self depends on it, but the stronger self thrives on systems, not fleeting inspiration. Discipline means acting regardless of how you feel. It's the daily battle against complacency, the refusal to wait for readiness. Power lies in consistency, not bursts of effort. Every time you choose what's necessary over what's easy, you chip away at the old version of yourself. Strength is forged through repetition, not momentary inspiration. Discipline isn't an innate trait, it's a practice, and that practice erodes the fragile self, clinging to comfort. Third, seek discomfort voluntarily. Strength isn't built in comfort. Deliberately embracing hardship, cold showers, fasting, rigorous training, tough conversations reclaims control. The weaker self will resist. Its survival depends on avoiding pain. But each time you lean into discomfort, its grip weakens. Growth happens at the edge of your limits, in the fire that either breaks you or burns away what's false. Master your emotions or they will master you. Emotions aren't the enemy, but unchecked reactions are. The weaker self lashes out, takes things personally, sees obstacles as attacks. The stronger self observes, pauses, and responds with intention. Power lies in restraint. Train your mind as rigorously as your body. Every time you pause before reacting, you weaken the old self. Most suffering lives in imagination. Don't let emotions distort reality. This isn't a one-time battle. Destroying the weaker self is a daily practice. It resurfaces constantly, demanding to be fed with excuses and comfort. Defeat it through ritual reflection and unwavering consistency. Wake early and decide how you'll show up. Journal not to vent, but to scrutinize your growth. Live by your principles even when no one's watching. The real work happens in silence, when you refuse distractions, when you choose the harder path. The stronger self isn't built through external validation, but through relentless alignment with your values. The weaker self will always whisper for a return, disguising itself as ease or distraction. Don't be deceived. You owe nothing to the past version of yourself. The choice is simple. Evolve or repeat. Be merciless with excuses. Stay loyal to your highest self. Begin the work today. The moment you commit to this path, resistance will rise. Comfort will plead with you to turn back, to settle, to delay. But remember, growth is never convenient. It demands sacrifice, and that sacrifice begins with the death of who you've been. Start small, but start now. Push past the first hesitation. Silence the voice that says, not yet. Each time you act despite fear, you rewrite your identity. The weaker self thrives on inertia. Momentum is its enemy. Build routines that leave no room for excuses. Rise before dawn. Move when you'd rather rest. Speak truth when silence would be easier. These are the battles that shape you. Surround yourself with reminders of who you're becoming. Not empty inspiration, but stark truths. You are capable of more. Comfort is the enemy of progress. Every choice either strengthens or weakens you. Write them down. Repeat them. Let them drown out the whispers of doubt. And when you stumble, because you will, refuse to collapse into self-reproach. The stronger self doesn't wallow, it learns. Analyze the failure, extract the lesson, and move forward. Guilt is useless unless it feels change. This is the essence of the warrior's path. To wake each day and choose discipline over decay. There is no finish line, only the relentless pursuit of mastery over your mind, your body, your impulses. The weaker self will always lurk in the shadows, waiting for a moment of fatigue. Starve it, outwork it. One day you look back and realize the person you once were no longer exists. In their place stands someone forged through struggle, hardened by resolve, unshaken by storms. That is the goal. Not happiness, not ease, but unbreakable strength. The time for deliberation is over. The work begins now. There is no grand finale to this transformation. Only the daily choice to rise, fight, and refuse surrender. The world will test you. People will doubt you. Fatigue will whisper that you've done enough. That's when the real battle begins. Discipline is the antidote to regret. Every morning you conquer lethargy. Every night you reject complacency. You bank strength for the moments that matter. The mind, like steel, must be tempered through repeated resistance. Laziness is not rest. It is slow decay. True rest comes after earned exhaustion, not as an escape from effort. Stop waiting for the right moment. It doesn't exist. The right moment is the one you seize despite fear, despite uncertainty. Action cuts through hesitation like a blade. The more we move forward, the clearer the path becomes. Momentum favors the bold. And when the work feels meaningless, when the results seem distant, remember this: greatness is not a single act, but the sum of invisible efforts. The sculptor chips away at stone, not knowing exactly when the masterpiece will emerge. But trusting each strike matters. Your discipline is the chisel. Keep swinging. The weaker self dies in stages. First, you ignore its pleas. Then you forget its voice. Finally, you realize it never held power, only the illusion of it. You were always stronger than you believed. Now go. The world needs fewer spectators and more warriors, not with swords, but with wills unbroken. Your life is your proving ground. Fight like it matters, because it does. This is your call to arms, not against the world, but against the limitations you've accepted. The battle is won in ordinary moments. The extra rep when your muscles scream, the deep breath before a difficult truth, the silent refusal to indulge weakness. Victory isn't dramatic. It's the quiet certainty that when tested, you'll hold firm. That when others compromise, you'll stand unwavering. Day by day, choice by choice. You're not just building discipline, you're becoming it. The path waits, no fanfare, no applause, just you and the decision that defines everything. Begin.